Hey, this is Victor Wolfe here with another Stephen King book review. I'm on location on my top deck, as you can see. So I thought it was a nice sunny day to do this book review, kind of a different location. And it's just me, Victor Wolfe, Kyle Black, Leroy, Bradley, and David, and some of the others. They're not here, nor do I expect them to be here. So hopefully they won't come back. DID, dissociative identity disorder, is a real thing, and I suffer from it daily. So hopefully we can have a good short book review here. So today is going to be Dr. Sleep by Stephen King. The back of this cover is pretty awesome. Look at that. It's the bathroom scene with red rum printed on the back. So this obviously is a sequel to The Shining. It was published on September 24th, 2013. It clocks in at a very nicely sized 528 pages. The opening chapters take place right after the conclusion of The Shining. Danny and his mom relocate to the South, then to Florida. But the woman in room 217 from the Overlook continues to haunt little Danny until Halloran teaches him to put those spooks in mental lockboxes. The next section of the book introduces new villains, the True Knot, headed by Rose O'Hara, otherwise known as Rose the Hat, and her gang of psychic vampires who travel the country in RVs looking to suck the steam out of dying children who have various conditions of The Shining. Fast forward a little bit, now Danny is known as Dan the Adult, but he has developed an alcohol problem, just like his father. The opening scene of Alcoholic Dan is very, very good. He wakes up hungover in a woman's apartment, then decides to make a change. He relocates to a town called Fraser and lands a job at a hospice where he is nicknamed Dr. Sleep for his last-minute conversation abilities with those about to die. He attends AA meetings, sobers up, and because of his sobriety, his shining brightens to what it was when he was little. And now he discovers a girl named Abra Stone who has a super strong ability to shine. Abra catches the True Knot in one of their many killings, this one in particular of a boy named Brad Trevor, because Rose has a vision of her as well and her strong power, which would generate a whole boatload of steam that would feed her clan for a whole year or two. Abra makes a psychic connection with Dan, and they eventually meet, and she tells him about the True Knot. They then decide that they have to be destroyed, but she needs the baseball glove of Brad Trevor in order to locate them. So Dan and his therapist, John, head out to retrieve this glove. But the problem is that the baseball glove is buried with the body. So if they were caught digging up this body, then they'd be sent to prison for life. But the True Knot have problems of their own. They think Brad Trevor infected them with a strange disease that closely resembles measles, which is deadly to them. They go through a thing called cycling, and Grandpa Flick's cycling is on page 289, and it's pretty awesome, so check it out. Rose the Hat sends a group to Abra's location instead of going herself, like she's afraid of Abra or something. And maybe she is. But Abra takes care of them one by one until she is kidnapped herself by Crow Daddy, the second in command of the True Knot. Through a psychic connection with Dan, she and Dan are able to kill off Crow Daddy, which infuriates Rose the Hat. Still, Rose does not pursue her. Instead, she goads her and Dan to her location, which is near the site of where the Overlook Hotel once stood. Of course, right? So now the book winds down, the last scenes being not that good. Rose sicks her members on Abra and Dan one by one, who get annihilated one by one, as she sits back and watches. The rest is pure trash, and I'll let you read it and decide for yourself. Up until the final scenes, this book is very, very good. I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. But with the ending, it knocks it back a point. So overall, I give this a 7 out of 10. I do think there could be a third book, a kind of trilogy thing, with Dan as an old man, Abra as an adult, and maybe another young person brought in. But I don't think old Steve-O has the time or the inclination to write it. So let me know what you think about that. Until the next time, Eyes of the Dragon. Peace out, baby.